X podcast, and we are live right now. We are at Korine's Soul Food, and I have my lovely co-host here, Natalie.
Hi.
So me and Natalie are actually solo today. Letty is not here with us. She's handling business.
We miss you.
We do miss you, Letty. We definitely do miss you. So Natalie, what's been up since the last time we got together for the podcast? What you been doing?
Oh, you know. a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I don't even know. Like the past couple of weeks have been just
craziness,
a blur to me. Like I don't even know. And when I get overwhelmed, I just go take a nap. So I've been taking lots of naps, y'all. That's how I escape. So I don't know. So maybe my purpose is napping. Maybe I should be a professional napper.
Professional napper?
Yes.
I feel like that actually is.
I mean, teach napping classes.
They have professional cuddlers. So I feel like if you can be a pro cuddler, you can be a pro napper.
I believe so.
You could just teach people how to go from 100 to 0 nap instantly.
I'm good at putting kids to sleep too, without Benadryl. So I
could whisper.
Yeah, I could
without Benadryl.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Yep. Or it is the key. Benadryl is the key.
One or the other.
What have you been doing?
You know, me and Alex like to move around and shake around a little bit and get out and go to events. So this last weekend, I want to say this past Saturday, we went to the District 1 breakfast that Brandon Johnson has at the Atwater, and we got some very lucrative information. He brought in some people that were talking about giving, like, the state of Kansas and the government in general just has tons of money that they want to give to minority businesses, and so they were there giving us information on how to, you know, what kind of grants you can apply for, who you can talk to, resources for getting loans and different stuff like that. So that was really dope.
There's so much stuff out there that like people don't even know that they can take advantage of, especially like minority people. Like there's so much stuff out there for us, and we don't even know that it's there.
And they literally do have it specifically built for us. Like they're classifying it as for minorities, but I don't know if they're not doing a good job of getting the information to us where we're at, or if we're not doing a good job of reaching out and getting it. But there's a disconnect there.
I think that you're right on two parts. I think that part of it is we don't know how to go and get it. We're not aware that it's there. And then the second part is we don't know if we should really go ahead and do this. You know what I mean? Like sometimes we're like, do I really want?
I mean, when you start
people
asking
in my
me
business
to fill out government paperwork,
yeah, some people feel weird about that. Like, I can share an example. So, I had applied for a job like with the government. I got the job, and you had to go through so many things like to actually get the job. I was like, am I selling my health history to the government? Like I was like, oh my goodness. And then like the job involved getting a security clearance. They was going to interview my neighbors. I was like, I don't even know my neighbors. Like
I don't know.
I was like, the only person that knows my neighbors is my daddy. Like so I was like, I don't know the neighbors. They don't know me. They just, at the time, there's probably just like, that's that girl that pulls up in silver Corolla in the middle of the night because she's been out all night with her friends. So, you know, it's like, what do you do? You know what I mean? So, and then I think sometimes too, could be a confidence thing. Like, I think sometimes people, like, they have a business, but they don't know that they have a business.
Right.
So they second guess, like, well, am I really eligible? Well, all they can tell you is no. So, you know? Like,
and I like what you said about people not even recognizing they have a business. Like sometimes you have a skill or a craft or something that you just do, but you don't even realize that you could be monetizing that. So if somebody tells you to go out and, you know, apply for this grant and do this and do that, you're just kind of like, you don't have enough faith and confidence in it, so you just kind of push it to the side. And I think we're going to dig a little bit into that in our conversation about purpose a little bit later. So right now, since we are at Korine's Soul Food, we are going to do a interview. We're going to interview the owner of Korine's here in just a minute. So right now we're going to go to a commercial break, and we'll be back. Okay guys, welcome back to the Queen X podcast, and as promised, I am here with Ruth of Korine's Soul Food. So, Ruth.
Hello, everybody.
Hey. Me and Natalie have already started chomping down on some of your food, so we're going to get into the food review a little bit later. But For everybody that doesn't know, can you let everybody know what the name of your restaurant is and where you're located?
We are Korine Soul Food. We are at 1412 East 9th Street, off of 9th and Cleveland. So come on down here to Korine Soul Food, because we got something for you.
You sure do. And tell the people what your hours are.
Our hours are from, now that we included breakfast, we are open from 8 to 6. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Saturday and Sunday, we are open from 9 to 6. Those are our hours.
Okay.
We are closed on Tuesdays.
Don't show up on Tuesday.
Please.
So, can you tell our audience what makes you so passionate about food? Why did you choose to open a restaurant?
Well, I've been in the kitchen since I was 7 years old. My big mama, she taught me everything I know. And food has always been my passion. And of course, I'm a full-figured woman.
Hey!
I love to eat.
Hey!
I like making people happy. I like getting in the kitchen, exploring. I like to mix flavors and put a little of this and a little bit of that. And you know what? If you cooking from a box or a jar, you ain't cooking. Let me tell you, it got to come from the heart.
Real life. So when I eat, I always like to be able to feel the emotion of the person that's cooking. Like, you can really tell when somebody put their foot off in it, you know?
They foot, they leg, they thigh. Give me a little arm over here.
So I feel like you can definitely expect to get that at Korine's, because we've just barely started getting to the very tip of our plates, and I mean, it's been exceptional. So how has your relationship with food and opening your restaurant impacted your relationship with the community?
Man, I have seen so many different people coming here. I've seen people at their highs, I've seen people at their lows, but I tell you what, once they sit down and start eating, it's been colleges coming in here. Mm-hmm. One person tells another and it's been explosive, and I'm loving it. I love it when people come in and greet us, and we're able to give that same love back. Because when you're meeting people, people should become family as soon as you meet. Mm-hmm. Whether you not feeling them, if you're not feeling them, take it to Jesus. just take it to Jesus. But you know what? If a person comes in here and they're not satisfied with what's going on, we're going to do our best to make that person happy. Mm-hmm. So we go above and beyond. When you are serving somebody, the customer's always right. It doesn't matter what's going on. It doesn't matter how you're feeling. When you come to work, when you're going to come in and service someone, you leave your feelings at that door. Come on in here, give that person that great smile, greet them wonderful. It's a great day at Korine Soul Food. How may I help you? When you answer that phone, well, how can I help you? Mm-hmm. Whatever it is, you never know what you're doing to make somebody else's day. Mm-hmm. It could just be a friendly greeting. It doesn't matter what's going on in your life. You make that person feel they're the most important person when they walk in that door.
I love that. That was so beautiful. So how did you know that food was your purpose? Like, I know that you had a good time cooking in the kitchen with your grandma, but how did you know that was going to be your sole purpose in life, is to deliver that food to the people?
Because I like the way food looks.
Okay.
I like what food does. Soul food is a comfort food.
Okay, tell the people.
When you sitting down and you putting them ingredients together, and you sit down at that plate and your taste buds explode, that means you done your job. That means that you was pleased with whatever happened in that plate.
Right?
Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm about. Mm-hmm. I want to see that next person smile. When they get up from that plate, they'll be like, child, Lord, thank you, Jesus.
Right?
Because my dad tells me, he said, girl, I went in my room and I just turned the light off. I said, Daddy, why you turn the light off? Girl, I didn't know what else to do. I'm going to talk to you later. Yeah, so it's about making someone else. I'm going to go right back to that. Whatever I can do to make somebody's day better than it was yesterday, that's what we're about. Mm-hmm. Something has to change. Whatever they feeling that day, They can be like, girl, I went over here to Korine's Soul Food, and it was just a wonderful environment. And we hear that a lot. When people walk in this door, we're going to greet you. And we're going to love on you. We're going to talk to you. We ain't going to be sitting up there with a stiff neck talking about, how can I help you? No. We're going to get loose. We're going to get down. We're going to show you what we're about. We're going to give you love. And we've even had some shouting going on up in here, honey.
Okay.
We've had some preaching coming up in here. We've had some singing. Honey, we don't have it all up in here.
That's community, though.
That's
I love
community.
that. I love that you can feel that energy in here.
Yes, ma'am.
So can you tell me how easy or how difficult was it for you as a black woman starting a business in Wichita?
That is an answer enough. That was a word.
Child, let me tell you. Our community, as a black community, we are so busy being divided, we don't know how to be together. The next person is so busy worried about what that person over there is doing. Instead of us just coming together and just loving on each other, we don't know how to do that. We take from each other. But you know, somebody walks in this door and they're talking about somebody else and be like, hold on. We ain't gonna do that up in here. What you do is you pray for that next person. Pray for that establishment. Pray for that establishment to do something different. Whatever it is going wrong with that person, please don't bring it in here. And that's just what it's about. We need to learn how to stick together as a black community. And we don't know how to do that. But when I first started this, I jumped through so many hurdles. I've had people string me along and, oh, I'm going to help you do this. And then it was just a bunch of mess. But I didn't let that stop me. Everything that God set in front of me, because see, this is something that people need to realize and recognize. We can't do anything without him. This man up here, we may have never seen him, never touched him, but we can feel the Holy Spirit. When the Spirit is coming, God comes in like a rushing void, and he lets you know, I am here. Everything that I touched started falling into place. I prayed about it. I said, Lord, whatever you see fit, if it be thy will. And he said, daughter, it's done. When people thought that they were putting that wall up and trying to block me and stop me, you can't stop God's. You can't stop nothing about God. God opened up this. All I did was say, Lord, I need you. We fast, we prayed, we did everything. And people were standing back talking, you ain't gonna do this, you ain't gonna do that. And I never throw the stone back, because I don't have a stone to give you. All I have to give you is my love. That's it. And about 15 years ago, I would have been throwing stones and cursing and telling you what. And look, I ain't even got to say nothing.
Yeah, we know what that would mean.
But you know what? It's not about that. The day I married my husband, which is a minister, I didn't ask for that.
Well, you have to change, First Lady.
Ooh, thank you, Jesus. I didn't ask for that lifestyle, but God said, I got this for you. He said, I need you to turn some things around. And when he started changing my life, and I have a large family myself. I had 8 children.
Oh, wow.
I got 6 boys and 2 girls. And you talking about talent? Thank you, Jesus. I got some talent. I got some black children that do not mind showing their abilities. And I did this because I had one of them low-life daddies, them baby daddies. I ain't gonna talk about the man too bad, because one thing that I can say is that he loved his children. We just couldn't see eye to eye. But one thing that I can say is, out of those 8 children and me struggling, it gave me a sense of, you can do better.
Wow.
And that's where I came up with that slogan, what can I do to make my day better than it was yesterday? And every day I implanted that in my children, and my children live by that. Now, if they fall off, it wasn't because of nothing I did. If they fall off, it's because of them.
Mm-hmm.
But when something is happening, I'm here. But you know what? Now I focus on my grandchildren. My grandkids are proud of me. Oh, Nana, and they're little. Shoot, my grandma got a restaurant.
That's a
we
big
can go
deal.
eat with grandma. Yes, you can.
Mm-hmm.
I got 31 grandchildren.
Oh my God.
Wow.
31.
Congratulations.
And let me back that up. I have 8 sons because when I married my husband, I inherited 2 more sons.
Okay.
So I have 8 boys and 2 girls. I have 10 children.
Wow.
And 31 grandchildren.
Yes, ma'am,
Wow.
and 32 is on its way. And I'm all right with that.
Blessings
I
on
wasn't
blessings.
happy at first, but I was like, okay, Lord, that ain't my fight.
Uh-huh.
But I'm gonna love them as best as I know how. And I'm gonna continue to keep this walk going, because people come in this door and say, please don't shut down.
Mm-hmm.
It's a struggle. I'll tell anybody, if your heart is into this, keep on fighting, because it's worth this fight. I don't do this for me. I do this for the community. People were looking for a soul food restaurant to come in here.
Mm-hmm.
It's here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this used to be Miss Juanita's back in the day. And Miss Juanita I used to come down here and eat at Miss Juanita's, because my big mama, she also had her upholstery shop right there at the corner.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was Mr. Allen's and Mr. Turner's drugstore. And this community right here, when it shut down, it's like, okay, what's happening? This used to be a whole community. It was businesses across the street and burger stand across the street. We had so much going on in this community. When I seen this building, I said, yes, Lord, that's it. That's it. That's where I want to be. So I just thank y'all. I thank y'all for coming out. I thank y'all for putting me out here. All I can say is, God bless y'all.
Well, we thank you for having enough faith to know what your purpose is, to step out and to continue to not let people sway you. We're going to get as many people as we can to support you, just because we love to see Black businesses thrive. We love to see our community thrive. And we want your dream to come true. So thank you so much, Ruth. We really appreciate you. Me and Natalie are about to dive back into these plates.
Y'all going to get y'all grub on, because you know what? You will not be disappointed.
Wow.
Not at Korine Soul Food.
Okay. So we will make sure that we tag Korine Soul Food in all of our posts for this interview.
Wait, I
and
have a question.
Oh, go ahead, Natalie.
Who's Korine? How'd you get the name?
Korine is my grandmother.
That's what I figured.
She
Okay.
raised me, and she told me, do not spell this restaurant with a C. She said spell it with a K, because it also stands for kitchen.
Oh, there you go.
That woman
A
had
little
business
fun fact.
minds. Yes, yes. She
Awesome.
said don't spell it with a C. She said the K, it stands out, and it stands for kitchen. I was like, all right, Korine, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, do what it do.
She know what she's talking about, because
Yes,
it definitely
she does.
stands out. It,
really
definitely
does.
stands out.
It really does.
When God rest
before
her
we-
soul, I thank her for everything that she taught me.
So before we go, give us your address and your hours one more time.
We are at Korine Soul Food, 1412 East 9th Street. Our hours, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday from 8 to 6. Saturday and Sunday from 9 to 12.
All right.
All right.
We will see y'all down here at Korine Soul Food.
Thank you.
Yes.
Back, it's me and Natalie. We are sitting here chomping down on our food from Korine's Soul Food. Natalie, what do you have?
I have chicken and dressing with gravy. Is so good. I got fried potatoes. So good. My macaroni and cheese. I have not really gotten into it, but I feel like it's gonna be so good. And then I have banana pudding. It's gonna be so good. And I have killed this cheesecake.
Which was like a little surprise.
That was
like,
surprise.
after.
Girl, it made me happy. I just got like all giggly. I was like, yes.
So,
What do that?
So I'm eating for the vegans. So for all of the people who are attempting to go vegan, if that was your New Year's resolution or your intent for the year is to try to eat healthier or to weed meat out, you can still eat soul food. I am living proof that you can still eat soul food and you can still come specifically here to Korine Soul Food and enjoy vegan food. So I have okra, I got fried potatoes and onions, and I got this fried cabbage. Let me tell you about this fried cabbage, okay? It literally tastes like it's like, I don't know how you would describe it. It tastes like this is gonna sound bad for the vegans, but it tastes like it's drizzled in bacon, but like without the murderous effect of bacon. You know what I'm saying?
Don't do bacon like that. Don't. One time for the one time on
for
the
the bacon
eaters.
fans.
Yes, don't do that.
But without the heart attack and just the slaughtered pigs and immoral death.
Girl, Quirky is good on a Saturday morning. I don't know about you, but I know about me.
Well, I know that the food is bomb. I know that the food is bomb. I've enjoyed this. It's been warm, and not only is the food good though, but it's just a good atmosphere because it's such a quaint atmosphere. Like it's small in here, so you definitely get that at-home feeling. You get to be hands-on with Ruth while she's in the kitchen.
It's like you're in the kitchen, like you were in Big Mama's kitchen, and you get
she's
almost like
literally in the
everything
kitchen
that she makes you be like, taste this, taste this. Like that's how my Big Mama used to do me. And she'd be like, taste this, and of course I'd be like, okay, because that's my thing.
So it's very warm. It's a very inviting energy in here.
Everyone's a friend.
Yeah.
Like I literally just met her 45 minutes ago, and that's my friend.
We friends, and I feel like I could call on her. If my grandma don't answer the phone, I'm just gonna call Ruth.
Just gonna come around here and have a plate.
Be
Buy you a plate, because the food's gonna make you feel good. And you just forget about whatever the problem was.
Right? And so in our interview that we did with Ruth, she definitely kind of tapped on our main topic, what we're talking about, finding your purpose. And so she definitely talked a lot about how she knew that this was her purpose because she loves food. She loves the way, the aesthetics of food, how her food specifically makes people happy. So me and Natalie just kind of wanted to chit chat and kind of talk about, with both of us being entrepreneurs and Natalie even working in the corporate field, kind of what our purpose is, if we've discovered our purpose, and different things like that. So if you want to follow along with this conversation, hop onto our Instagram page on Queen X the podcast and comment underneath the picture that says what the title of this episode 6, Finding Your Purpose at Korine Soul Food, and answer the questions with us as we chit chat and talk about this.
And after the show, we'll get in there and chit chat with you guys.
Yes, we'll comment back and kind of go back and forth because purpose is kind of it's a vast topic. It's not really something that you can kind of just hone in on.
Yeah.
So Natalie, I'll ask you first. Do you think that you know what your purpose in life is?
Not really sure. I'm sure other people can tell me like what they think my purpose is, but when I knew this was going to be our topic, I was like, oh my god, where's my purpose, and like it's like one of those things, like you think you know but you're not really sure, and so it's like, can I have more than one purpose? Like, can I have 5, can I have 10, can I have 100? So I'm pretty much a nerd, and so I went to Google and I googled,
what is my purpose?
How do you know what your purpose is? And I found this really cool little article from this guy that I actually like. His name is Jack Canfield, but I found I found an article from him, and it just talks about like how you discover your purpose. And so as I was like looking through some of the things, I was like, okay, I feel like I have more than one purpose, but my purpose is married. So I think my purpose is probably, as much as I say I enjoy, hanging out with myself, disconnecting, things like that, I really think one of my purpose is people, connecting people, and connecting the right people together, and either helping them do things, or in that same breath of connecting people, I think I have an ability to make people feel good, even though that's not always like my main goal. It just kind of ends up happening.
Right.
And I usually am able to do that through my business is a beauty business, so I make people feel good whenever I help them look good. And it's not like, you know, let me glam you up and not look like yourself. Like, you still look like you feel good, and you're spending time in my chair, whether it's hair, whether it's makeup, and we're talking, and I'm helping you, you know, I'm helping you get through things. And then with the people connector, a lot of my friends are like, oh my goodness, like, you just know how to connect, like, the right people.
Because you know everybody. For you to be so non-social, you do. You would know. Natalie is the most non-social. I don't want to leave my house, but let me tell you where you can go and who you can meet up with. Like, she knows everybody. It's ridiculous. But she don't want to go nowhere.
Never. Never, ever. Even when I'm at home, even when I'm in Houston, I'm like, no, I'm good.
I'm at mom's house.
I'm just going to hang out with my family. But yeah, so I think I think my purpose is connecting and making people feel good, like helping. I really enjoy helping people. So I think that might be my purpose. What about you?
Well, I'll say, Natalie, I definitely think that you're on point with yours. Just from the years that I've known you, you're never a person like people are not sad around you, because you're very good about having encouraging words to kind of lift and bring people up out of that. Even if it's something, if you're being like funny and sarcastic, but it's still always to show light and kind of bring people out of a funk. So I think that you're right about
Oh,
that.
you're giving me credit even though I had to walk out of your store and bring bad energy.
But see, you assessed the situation. You were like, you know what? This is not the energy.
over.
Yeah, we'll restart.
Yes.
So for me, what I think that my purpose is, I think that my purpose is to lead people into their purpose. I think that I am very good about just like, I don't know, tapping into the tip top of something just to kind of show people that it's an option and it's a possibility. And it may not be something specifically for me, but I like to be all over the place. So I like to touch my hands on a little bit of everything, and then other people just kind of, I guess, pick up where I left off.
Bridge builder.
I love bridges. I'm not an architect, but I did.
But I
bridges.
think you're a bridge builder because, for the simple fact, like, I don't think a lot of people know this, but I met Autumn on the internet, and it wasn't like Tinder. It was actually Facebook. We weren't dating. It was actually on Facebook whenever you started Main Dame, and I don't even know why we crossed paths. I don't know who we knew in common, but
that is a good question.
I don't know.
Where did it all begin?
I don't know, but here we are. But I have always thought you were a bridge builder, and everything that you do, it's not done in the traditional sense. Whereas, like, sometimes when we're working together, I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope Autumn doesn't think I'm being bossy. But, you know, because I'm like, I do things like crazy, but I'm still like, we should do this.
Structure.
And our crazy works together very well. But yeah, I've always thought that, because even when you did Main Dame and then you did that whole business showcase, you know, with the vendors at Eno that time, and it was just put together so well, and then you left, and then I was like, okay. And then you went to Dallas, and then you did the same thing in a city that is like a bajillion times larger than Wichita, and you just like, it's like you just jumped right in there and you built all these relationships, and then you left and you came back, and it was like you jumped back in like you had never left.
I have a track record.
Yeah, it's like you jumped right back in and you never left. And I don't even know how we reconnected this second time. I mean, not that we ever disconnected while you were in Dallas, because I mean, I always saw what you were doing and whatnot.
But I do think that we were just kind of maybe being at the same events or something, because when I moved back, I was here for maybe about a year, and then I was just kind of peeping the scene and seeing like where would I fit in. I don't know. I don't know. But Natalie, we never really just like
we never just fell off.
Yeah.
No, we never not talked. But I just am watching you like from place to place. I'm like, she's really a bridge builder. You're an unconventional bridge builder. That's what you are.
Put that on my tombstone.
I will.
Everything that I do is unconventional.
It is.
I swear.
It's just like, it's kind of like guerrilla entrepreneurship. You're just like, it's like you just wake up and you're like, okay, so we're gonna open this store, and I was like, all right,
and be mobbing when I do it. Yeah.
And then you were like, okay, so then we're gonna do this podcast. Well, okay. You know? It's just kind of like, okay, well, if you want me to. Okay.
I think it's the Aquarius in me that's just, I love people, and so it's really easy for me to navigate around people because people are, they're so interesting to me because there's so much opportunity there and there's just so much light and energy, and sometimes people don't even recognize it. You would be surprised how often I'll sit in a meeting with somebody and they'll be talking to me like they really have to try to sell me on this idea, and I'm just like, you got the juice, bruh. You don't even need me.
I'm kind of like that too. Kind of, because I'm on the cusp. I'm a Pisces. But I am. I'm kind of like, if people tell me like, you know, I want to do this, I'm like, okay, well, you know, let's go do it. Like, go do it. I'm not always like that with myself because I'm very critical of myself. But with other people, I'm like, oh, that's what you want to do? Okay, let's do it. You know? So, yeah, that's kind of fun.
I see the light in everybody.
I try.
Sometimes it's not that easy.
I have to help you.
True.
I'm like,
real life.
Okay. So,
look back.
Right.
Okay, so how long did it take for you to figure out what your purpose was? Like, was it something that you were even looking for a super long time?
Probably at about 5:30 this afternoon. Right when I Googled. No, actually, I think I've always been this way. Like, since I was a little kid, like, my mom, she'd always be like, how you find all the little straggly kids? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it was like, I feel like I've always been like a connector of people, but I've also always been one to like pull out too. You know what I mean? So like when I was a little kid, like I was a cool kid, but I was also friends with not so cool people, I guess. But I always tried to figure out, well, how can everybody get along? Cool. How can everybody just get along? And I never really thought much about it until about maybe like 3 or 4 years ago on Facebook. This girl that I went to high school with, she was having a rough day or whatever, and so I just sent her a note. I sent her a nice note, like, oh, it's gonna be okay, girl, like, just chill out. You know, I hadn't seen the girl probably since high school. And she wrote me back, and she was like, you know, thank you so much, you know, for your note. She's like, I never told you this, but like in high school, I really appreciated you because even when people were not very nice to me, you were always so nice to me. And I was like, I didn't know. Like, I didn't know.
You didn't know you was having good days?
Right, I didn't know I was shining like that. No. But no, I didn't know because, like, all I've ever known is you be nice to people. Like, you don't be mean to people. Like, I'm always, like, that person. So, like, whenever I talk to my niece and my nephew, I'm always like, you got friends? You know, like, are you being nice to people? Like, that's really, really important to me. Like, I don't like for people to not feel good. You know what I mean? Now, that don't mean I can make you feel good, but I don't want you to feel bad. Like, don't put that on me. But I do want to make sure everyone feels, like, included and they don't feel left out because it's lonely. It really is lonely. And, you know, for whatever reason, I guess I've never felt left out. You know what I mean? Because I'm always like, well, I got my brother and my sister, I got my family. You know what I mean? So I've never thought about being left out, but there really are people that are left out. And so I guess as a people connector, I always go and try to find like that straggler, as my mom calls them, and try to bring them in if they want to come. And most of the time they do, but I think that's probably that's
well, because I think that you're right about life being lonely. I don't think that anybody is meant to just roam life alone.
You're not.
We're all definitely meant to have ties and connections to other souls. You know, no soul is just supposed to be out here all willy-nilly.
Right. That's not how we were created.
No, I think that everybody's purpose is rooted in serving somebody else. I don't know if there's any person's purpose that could just solely be about self, you know, and like uplifting or bettering self.
You can't do it alone.
Yeah, I don't
like
think
there's no success in alone. Like, even though I'm always like, I'm just gonna be by myself, I gotta call somebody. Like, I asked you about my hair today. Like, you know, like,
Somebody
even though
I
I was going around all day looking like this, you still had to get that. So even when people are like, I just like being I like being alone, da da da, which I say that a lot. Like, I just like to stay at home and watch Teen Mom. But like,
you have a Teen Mom.
I was watching before I got here because I'm behind on Teen Mom too. But yeah, like you have to have people in your purpose.
Right.
You don't have one. You have to have people in your purpose. And you have to have people that will keep you accountable in your purpose too. Because I've had people tell me, like, as I navigate like my professional career, they're like, well, don't forget about what you really love. And what I really love is hair and makeup. And as I make changes in my career and get promotions and things like that, people always try to bring me back in and say, but don't forget what you love, you know. And I'm like, y'all just want me to keep on, you know. But it's really I feel like they're checking me, like, you know, don't forget, you know. So
like, kind of don't let all of these accolades and these rewards over here outshine like what really makes your soul happy type of thing.
Exactly.
I feel like that means you have really good friends and they're looking out for you.
I have an excellent tribal council.
That's pretty dope.
It is. I feel like I'm very fortunate in my friendships. I really do.
That's good. I feel like people that are blessed with good, solid sisterhood friendships are people that will go far in life because you always have somebody having your back, like no matter what. You know,
and when you raggedy, you have somebody checking you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Somebody that will drag you and will say, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
We're not doing that. Everybody needs that.
Everybody needs that. I feel like I'm that friend to a lot of friends. I'm the enforcer.
Yes. But it's done with such like eloquence. Like you don't even really know that you're being dragged right now. You wake up the next day like, hold
Hold
up.
up. Her talk to me like that.
Okay, but she right though. She right. You know, this is making sense to me. This is making sense.
Yeah.
Well, that kind of wraps up a bit of our conversation on purpose. We will come back after this break and we'll kind of do a little conclusion on it. So we'll be right back.
This most delicious banana pudding cake. You guys really have to come down here to Korine's Kitchen to get some of this yummy goodness. I almost missed the call into the show because I was busy stuffing my face.
Listen, and this is banana pudding.
Yes.
This container is piled high, like
yes,
to the rim. You get so much.
And I'm about to eat it all. I'm about to eat it all. I'm gonna be like in sugar coma. But we are gonna start rounding out our show for tonight. But before we close on our conversation on purpose, and when Autumn and I were in the break, I was asking her, you know, well, what do you do to stay in your purpose? So we've identified our purpose. So how do you stay in it? What do you do to stay in your purpose?
For me, since we talked earlier about how purpose is so widely driven on our interaction with other people, me staying in my purpose, literally, I am fueled by the people, my community, anything that I do, the reaction that I get from the community when I'm just living my life on a day-to-day basis, just out here talking to people, and the reaction I get, that's what kind of encourages me and keeps me aligned in my purpose, is just seeing people's reaction. So I basically ignore the haters. If that's a thing that people still say in 2019.
How do you even know if you have haters? Like, do you think you have haters?
You know what? That's a good question. I don't think that people hate on me anymore. At one point in time, I did have haters. People didn't want me to be great. They didn't want me to be baller. Natalie hates when I use that word.
Yeah.
They didn't want me to be baller in 2019.
I didn't want you to be baller either. Yeah.
So when I'm staying in my purpose, I literally do just try to ignore the haters. Anything that makes me feel negatively or makes me feel like I am less than when I'm just trying to be my greatest. Like, even if what I'm doing, I'm not necessarily at 100% at the moment. If I feel like I have the potential to get there, but I feel like you're just stifling me, then I'll just, completely avoid you and block you and then pretend like, oh, I accidentally changed my phone number and I forgot to tell you that I blocked you. What about you, Natalie?
How do I say my purpose?
Yeah.
I think just living. Like, just
Existing?
Just doing me, because like, you don't, I mean, I didn't really realize what my purpose was until other people told me, and then you told me some really kind words. And so, I mean, I guess I just do it by living. I do it. I just do it. I don't think I have
just keep on keeping on.
Yeah, really.
As oh gosh, what was his name? Matthew McConaughey, as he would say in Dazed and Confused, Livin. I love that movie. Keep on living.
Baller.
Baller. Shut up, Natalie.
Baller.
So who says that I'm gonna make fetch happen. Okay, Baller gonna come back in 2019.
No,
just watch.
It's not, but I'll support you because you're my friend.
That's love.
Yeah.
I'll be the only one wearing t-shirts and hats that say Baller. Are you still gonna take pictures with me and be?
Yeah, I got you.
See, that's love.
That's
Natalie's purpose is to love me unconditionally through all of my shenanigans and my Baller t-shirts.
Yeah, I got you.
So in conclusion, to wrap up our conversation about purpose, we do believe that you can have more than one purpose in a lifetime.
I think purpose is evolving.
Purpose is continuously evolving. We as human beings are continuously evolving. So I definitely think that you should ignore the haters and keep on LIVIN.
Being baller.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm gonna
hashtag that. When you chit chat with us on Instagram and Twitter, when you tweet us, tweet
Lonzo
hashtag
Ball gonna get you.
Baller.
Lonzo Ball gonna get you.
He gonna come for me.
His daddy Ball.
Send me some of them shoes then.
Oh no, next.
Let me get a couple pair of shoes.
No, we not. No.
So.
But it is a black business, so maybe.
It is, and that kind of takes us into. That's a very nice segue into our next segment, our Black Business Spotlight. So it wouldn't really be a Black Business Spotlight if we did not spotlight the Black business that we are currently sitting in. So shout out to Korine Soul Food for hooking us up. Our plates were phenomenal. I'm full. I'm stuffed. I'm kind of eyeballing this banana pudding over here. I do want it, and I'm. That's why we're about to wrap this show up. I got to get up out of here. Natalie trying to tempt me. Okay,
girl. This is the Lord's food right here. This is the Lord's banana pudding. Even the Lord let you go non-vegan one day out the week. This might be your day.
Boxing with my demons. I ain't gonna be able to do it. I ain't gonna be able to do it. Okay, so definitely shout out to Korine. Thank you so much for having us here. We will share this interview with everybody, and make sure that you like the Facebook fan page. Come down here and check her out. Leave reviews on the Facebook fan page. I don't think that people understand how important leaving reviews are. Yes. We got a negative review for United Vibes over this past weekend, which, I mean, it happens. You know, you can't make everybody happy all the time. Reviews are very important though, because even that negative review let me know somewhere that we were, failing in our business, so we're able to do better.
Negatives can be positive.
They definitely can.
I definitely think. And I just want to let you guys know, when I write my comment about Korine's Kitchen, I'm definitely gonna tell you guys, these are the Lord's calories. So throw your diet out the window. If you come on a Sunday, those are the Lord's carbs. Those are the Lord's calories. Sunday is Thanksgiving.
Can you pray it away?
It's excused.
Faith. This is real faith.
It's excused. You get one day a week. My day is preferably Sunday. That you just give all your carbs and your calories to the Lord, and you just do what you do.
You hand them up to him?
Yes.
Okay.
You put them.
Natalie said it. It's got to be real.
Yeah, it's real. It's true. It's gospel. It's gospel. These are the Lord's calories. You straight. They don't even. It doesn't even matter. You start fresh on Monday.
I'm done.
Lord's
Natalie
calories.
said it, so it's got to be real.
Yeah, it's real. It's true.
Okay, so events. We won't be back here for the podcast until the 18th. Mm-hmm. And we're going to be in a new location on the 18th. We'll be popping up another food review. We will announce that.
More food?
More food. Another local ICT business that we'll be popping up at. And this is going to be a really, really special episode because they're actually going to be debuting some brand new recipes.
I know where we're going.
Specifically, yes.
I know where we're going.
So stay tuned for that. But do you have any events or anything that are coming up?
I stay at home. So I really don't know. I really don't know. But I'd be knowing sometimes, but not this time. I don't know. I know you're the event queen, so just get it to us.
So I have a list. Get your pen and paper handy dandy notebook ready, because I have 12 phenomenal events that you can fill your calendar with over the next 2 weeks. So first up, Thursday the 7th from 10 a.m. to noon, building your brand on social media. Christina Long is going to be doing a presentation at Go Create. You can find it on Facebook, and you book your tickets there.
Are you going to share these events on?
Yeah, I'll post all of them on the Queen X and the ICT Connect radio page.
Sure.
Project Laundry is a organization that does free laundry services for the community on the first Thursday or Friday. It's the Thursday, because this is on the 7th also. So at the Spring Clean on the north end, from 5 to 7:30, you can do 3 loads of laundry for free.
Dang, that's nice.
That is very nice.
That is super nice, because it's expensive.
Laundry is an unnecessary bill, but you don't want to be out here funky. You know, you can't live your life like that, because you have to be around.
And it's too cold to put your stuff on a clothesline.
Real life.
Do that.
So 3 loads totally for free.
Wow,
5 to 7:30.
That's wash and dry free.
Wash and dry.
Wow.
And then
good.
I think
that's easily more than $10 saved.
Oh yeah,
because it's expensive.
So if you have a ton of kids, if you just want to pay to do your laundry, but then do all of your kids' laundry for free, do that, Mama. I suggest that you do that.
I'll take my comforter.
No, you can't take bedding stuff. They did put that on there's rules. No bedding. You know, they was waiting on you at the door. Natalie. They said.
I'm here.
Not you, ma'am. Not you.
Oh dear.
So let's see what else we have. February the 8th, which is a Friday, at the Donut Hole, we have Espresso and Expressions, and that starts at 6:30. So that's going to be a really dope poetry show.
Okay.
So go and check that out. And then Saturday the 9th, we have Books and Breakfast, of course. That's going to be going on at the French Quarters from 9 to 11. You know, we are there on the 2nd and 3rd Saturday of every month. And then from 9:30 to 12:30, the Black Women Empowered in Wichita is having an event, Women in Education. Danielle and Marquita are going to be on the panel for there. Yep,
Superintendent will be on the panel.
They have a phenomenal lineup. Women in Education, I definitely suggest that everybody, if you can, come and have breakfast with us at Books and Breakfast, and then hop over to WSU for this event.
Yeah, that's really major, especially considering the plight of education in
right now.
The state, and then the strides that USD 259 is making. So
it's an important conversation. So I would like to see as many people as possible go ask questions to the panel. That's what they're there for. These are literally the professional women that are in this field. So now is the time to ask these questions.
And the opportunity to actually speak directly to your Unified School District Superintendent, those are very small opportunities, and Dr. Thompson really does a good job getting out to the community, being engaged, being involved, and just being available. You know what I mean? I know her personally, and she's just a wonderful person, but
y'all friends? Okay,
so, but the way that she just engages with community, it's unbelievable. You know, that's not very common. So really, if you have kids, you plan on having kids, this is something that you need to be listening to.
So get in there. Next up, which is also Saturday the 9th, we have Tacos and T-Shirts. It is going to be happening at the Spot, 2011 East Central from 10 to 2 p.m. You can literally show up, buy you some tacos, buy you a custom T-shirt. They will have a photographer that will be there on the scene taking pictures and doing prints, and I think the prints are $10.
That's why I was tacos and T-shirts. When I saw that on Facebook, I was like, what's the T-shirt? Y'all gotta wear a T-shirt. I didn't know you
gotta wear a shirt.
I didn't know you could make your T-shirt there.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's gonna be really dope, and that's from 10 to 2.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then Saturday, February the 9th, from 2 to 4, Tijuana what's her last name?
Hardwall.
She is doing a home buying 101 ahead of tax season.
Ooh.
So this is a totally free event. I know that the government has opened for 3 weeks. I know that you filed your taxes. I know you filed your taxes because I filed his. Okay? You're trying to get your check. Before you get that check, educate yourself on how you can buy a home for your family. This is incredibly important for our community, especially home ownership period. Learn about it. Get educated on it. And Tijuana is providing an environment where you can ask questions, get the resources and the knowledge that you need before you actually get all that cash in your account. There's no bad question.
If you've ever interacted with her, there's no bad question. There's no bad question. She will answer your questions. I mean, I've never been.
She's very helpful.
I've never been to one of her real estate events, but I just know, just in being friends with her on Facebook and stuff like that, she's very knowledgeable about a lot of things.
So whenever I moved back here from Texas, and I was having my launch party, and she had a magazine before I had my magazine, and she came and she gave me some great advice, and she was very just open with her information and her knowledge, and so she's very open. Whatever questions you have, and she's gonna have other people there that are gonna be resources also. So definitely go and check that out. Then we have from 2 to 5 p.m. at Sunflower Community Action. They're doing an informational expo. So they're going to have jewelry and food and all kinds of prizes. And so it's basically a resource center. So if you know a family that is in need of something, or if you are in need of something, whether it be you have limbs that are just hanging over in your yard and you need to figure out how the city can come and do something about this. If you have questions about where you can get clothing or food assistance, just resources period, go to this event. They will have like little baskets, and you just go around to all the different tables and stock up on your paperwork and enjoy a good time with the community. Women Empowering Women in Wichita is doing a spoken word with J&G Radio. Is going to be the artist that's going to be doing the spoken word, and that is called The Relentless Woman from 4:30 to 7:30 at Guadalupe Clinic. Wichita Heartland Black Chamber is having their Harlem Nights event. It's supposed to be a whole bunch of fun. I think tickets are $30. That's from 7 to midnight at somewhere called Noah's Event Venue.
Oh, it's so beautiful there.
That's what I keep hearing.
So
I haven't seen pictures yet though.
It is off of 13th. So like, where Bonefish and all that, Red Robin and all that is. It's like behind there. I only know that because I did makeup for a wedding there.
Ooh,
and yeah,
it's real swanky over there.
Beautiful. It's very nice. Yes.
So go and check that out if you're feeling real bougie. Go on ahead and slide through there.
What's that story?
Productions, a big shout out to him. He is right. Oh, please put that in the video. That needs to be the intro every time. So we're out of here. So peace out, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will post our Queen X challenge on Wednesday.
Yes.
Be on the lookout for that.
Please talk to us. Autumn and I talk to each other enough. We want to talk to you.
Yeah. So if you're on Facebook, join us on the Queen X the podcast group. And if you're on Instagram, you can follow us at Queen X the podcast. And we talk. We want you to talk to us. We talk back. We're very friendly. We like engagement. So we're going to post this little challenge for you guys on Wednesday, and we'll keep it up. It's a 10-day
challenge. So
10-day challenge.
That means you get to talk to us for 10 days.
And after the challenge, we will announce on the very next episode a winner. So whoever wins the challenge is going to win a gift card to United Vibes Culture and More. So we will announce that on the very next episode. And Natalie, we out.
Peace.
Peace.
Stay baller.